Let's go now to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the site of the Democratic National Convention, which starts tonight. I am joined first by Benjamin Dixon, host of The Benjamin Dixon Show, his program produced out of Boston, Massachusetts. In this particular room, of all places, Ben, what's the mood like there? How much in the early hours so far has the weekend email disaster
Yep.
overshadowed the actual event of the DNC?
So tremendously so. Yes, it actually started yesterday with the protest down in City Hall. Actually, we're just on the other side of City Hall. You can see it in the background. Yesterday, there was estimated I saw different estimates between 2,500 and 5,000 people. Of those people, I think the overwhelming sentiment was that Debbie Wasserman Schultz needed to go. You saw a lot of signs that were saying DNC leaks, corruption, just a lot of focus on the email. So that really has overtaken the entire narrative of the weekend so far.
Now, there are people already talking about, well, because of what we learned from those emails, Bernie should do A, B, C, D. And this is totally
Right.
separate from the movement that already wanted him to do anything
hmm
possible to delay the formal nomination of Hillary Clinton. Have you heard anything about what may or may not happen there?
So there is a large disavow movement. A lot of people wanting Bernie Sanders to do similar to what Ted Cruz did, and even more so, particularly because of the email link leak specifically. But there is a meeting. Bernie has called a meeting for his delegates today, Monday. At 3 o'clock, and there's a lot of speculation that he's going to do what he can, whatever he can, to bring unity and keep the delegates from calling for a vote. And so he's trying, and this is all speculation. We've been hearing it from some of the delegates who are feeding information to us, but it seems like Bernie may be trying to keep everyone under control. However, this movement is most definitely larger than Bernie. Most people have already concluded, no matter what Bernie says, they're going to move forward with their protests. They're going to move forward with their action on the floor.
This is what's amazing to me, Ben. We were talking earlier on the show when we were going through everything that we've learned from the DNC leaks. For Bernie supporters before this, there was the idea for many of us who were not part of the so-called Bernie or bust movement like me that, okay, I would have rather Bernie be the nominee. He's not, and now the choice is Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, and I believe Hillary Clinton is the better choice. As you pointed out, this now is bigger than Bernie because the question in many people's minds is, well, how would it have been different had the DNC not meddled in the way
Absolutely.
we now know they did?
Absolutely. And what's the salt in the wound, David, is the fact that not even 3 or 4 hours, Hillary Clinton sent out an email bringing Debbie Wasserman Schultz on as an honorary representative on the 50 state
Yeah.
program. I forgot the exact title, but that really hit the protest yesterday and the sentiment and the mood. People are very upset. I don't think that there's much Bernie is going to be able to do. And a lot of people who were never Bernie or bust. And when I say a lot, I'm talking about the people that we're talking to on the ground, right? So it's clearly anecdotal, but the people who are here in Philadelphia, they have gone over the edge in terms of there's nothing that you can get them to do to ever support Hillary Clinton, no matter how bad Donald Trump is.
And the problem now becomes this doesn't change anything about how Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump would be as president of the United States. And
Right.
this is why it is so difficult now because there is this sort of coronation that the DNC is participating in that we also know that they caused, right? All along, this
Right.
was the plan. We suspected this all along, but we didn't have this type of evidence. Now we do.
Right.
It doesn't change what it is that Donald Trump would do as president. And this is why
Right.
many progressives I'm talking to are legitimately in very difficult positions now where they don't want to
Right.
reward the DNC, but they recognize
Right.
Hillary Clinton would be better for the country than would Donald Trump.
Right. Well, and that it's I've seen both of those arguments. I hear some who are saying you really can't expect much more out of Hillary Clinton than you would expect out of a Donald Trump. Right. I happen to disagree with that to a certain extent, but I'm hearing that argument on a regular basis, and we're talking to a lot of people on the ground now. I don't think any of the outcomes of this weekend are going to change. Hillary Clinton's going to come out as the nominee. Hillary Clinton's most likely going to win. But this has created a division that I don't think the DNC is going to be able to recover from in the long run, particularly from the most most mobilized progressive sectors.
Yeah. Trump got a convention bump, now leading very, very slightly, like 0.2 percentage points in an average of recent polls. There's always a bump expected. Hillary Clinton expects and needs to get the bump herself. And the question now is, will this entire debacle overshadow what it is that she even says on Thursday night? I don't know. I guess we'll see how each day goes.
Absolutely. I don't know that it would either. There's out of all of the protests and marches that we've seen so far, there's very little mainstream coverage, and so I'm expecting all of the eyes to be on the convention floor to simulate, if not real enthusiasm, they'll simulate enthusiasm. So I'm expecting the convention to go exactly as the DNC is planning.
Interesting. All right. Benjamin Dixon from the Benjamin Dixon Show. Check out his show on YouTube. Ben, thank you so much checking in from Philadelphia today.
Thanks so much for having me, David.